Okay. Surprisingly. Surprisingly.
Need more time.
Finally got the one until I say something bad. Right. I almost didn't get the twisters to do anything. I mean the geysers as well, in fact. It was really difficult because I had to like ensure my conduit was gonna like move enough and not like activate the twisters too quickly either on the reset from rip, and it was just really rough. Oh, there was another elite on the left here too. Wow. But that's just hindsight and too greedy at that point. Wow, there's like so many here. Now, the bad news is I don't need these things and I have too much. So I just need to get the Ice Porcupines and be done.
Nicely done.
The Rift Guardian has found.
Okay. Positioning caught the necklace. Moves because I moved much. Okay, got it. Gotcha. Back to top 200. Come on. Suddenly I procced a from a random click of a like a clickable, and then I spawned a skeleton right as I didn't have any other thing. Oof. That was that was a rough uh power pylon to play considering because I wasn't even ready with the positioning of where you should play the twisters, either like along this alleyway or like in a nook like this. It was rough to see. Yeah, it was an unexpected clear, to be honest. I mean I did play greedy like well what happened was I before I played the conduit, right? Before I played the conduit, I mean getting a conduit is amazing, but it wasn't like a good conduit. It wasn't. Like this conduit had no value. Well, it had enough value, but not enough value for a conduit play in the sense of a conduit where you actually want the conduit to help you accelerate as well. It did get two elite packs slowly, but it was very dangerous to get too much kills uh on the way, especially right here. So there were too much here, so I had to dodge away when I saw the conduit because then it would affect the play, and then I had to check the next floor, which was Ice Porcupine, and Ice Porcupine is really good for the progress bar, but you also need to play your own damage, and then even after that, the Ice Porcupines there were just too little. Um, so what happens with Ice Porcupine is that unless you get the really like painful version of the graveyard, Ice Porcupine Graveyard is actually very tame. So what happens with having a tame graveyard is that it is the opposite of what you want if you want to play the kill streaks with the effects. So with the effects, you want a graveyard that's actually heavy enough, but it's not like painful where you keep chain dying, obviously. So and then even before this conduit, I had to like think if this art creator was gonna work by any means, and it wasn't up until I saw the conduit. So the conduit did save it a little bit, but then it affected the whole gameplay of the next um, kill streak situation, where the conduit was going to like overkill before I find any elites, and sure enough, I did find like three or four or whatever was in here that I wasn't expecting this to be a clear at all. I like Ice Porcupines, but like this season, it's just too rough to build your own damage unless you've already worked on your Paragons, right? Or you're playing the build that has a lot of burst damage, especially for density, anyways. How you can manipulate the map, right? And that's a lot of people who push manipulate the exits and entrances usually. Usually it's those ones because you end up playing the ideal maps or something, and the ideal maps are more open, right? Versus something like this. And so what it comes down to is that when it's when there are obstacles, it's about line of sight and practice, and this is like a good spot I guess, because of how the meteor is impacting, right? Like this. So, had it been Stone Singer, this might have worked. But again, you don't really want a moving Rift Guardian. So anyway, it was cool that I got that done. And while talking, I actually fell a rank already. Wow. That's yeah, cuz I'm pretty sure it was 197, right? I don't know. I think it was 197. But yeah, that was cool that I got the 141 finally. Finally though. 15th try, 15 6 15. I think it was 15. 15th try. Eh, not 100. That was great. That was great. Oh, it's not good. Yeah, this is when it's not good. Okay. I had to go for the trapped. Even though the Zeiss would have been nicer, but I I have to like make sure I'm caught up on the gem ranks, so I had to try for the 142 there
You must choose my
just to make this useful enough. But yeah, this was great.
I need to go.
Finally got it.
Your valor is unsurpassed.
I didn't think I could get any better.
And then of course the time looks like I have a lot of time, right? But like if it was a worse off Rift Guardian, it would have gone even closer. Wow. I randomly mouse over this and it's a 300%. This is like before cute recipe page 11. This would be like amazing. I mean, it's still not the top 1% in terms of like primary stats wise, but it's fun. It was fun. Ooh, even this 1.5. Hmm. Even this.
I have watched you for some time now, and I would have you know that I am impressed.
Well, you've slain a fair number of foes yourself.
Your prowess is undeniable, but I meant you are a strong man who stands for what is right.
That is odd coming from a criminal.
I can be wrong on the details, like who owns this jewel or that coin. It does not mean I am wrong.
Okay, that's cool. All right, so 142. I got that within the hour, so that was pretty good, and that's good. I'm actually happy that it went uh within the hour. I spent 16 minutes talking more about how it could have gone poorly. But let's see if 142 would show up today, or it's just gonna be like one at a one at a time kind of deal. Well, not with this start, except it does have the monster type, well, half the monster type to help with the kill streaks. Yep, it has the monster type for the kill streaks. So that's the good news. The bad news is that there's the elite packs are very far apart because of the map. So it has the kill streaks, but no progress.
I am unstoppable. Need more time.
Well, not enough progress. Up until here, obviously. Which, well, I was hoping for the other kind of junction.
Not ready yet.
Okay, the ghost is really painful.
You dare attack me? Still waiting.
Okay, this is where the density builder is at. But only for this.
I need healing. Not ready yet.
Which I don't even know if I can kill.
You dare attack me?
Because they're flying, twisters are moving as well. Okay. I guess. Made it.
Need more time.
Made it to work, but
Still waiting.
okay, double. Double for I don't know how I can get this to work because this is too little.
Not ready yet. I need healing. I am so good. I astound. Need more time.
So it was gonna be that way.
Not ready yet. I wish I could do that.
Yep. I wasn't looking at the charge. I think that's over basically.
Still waiting.
Have to bring it back this way. I don't think I have enough kills again, right?
Need more time.
Yeah. I don't. Of course. Of course. Oh! Really? Really? Okay. Okay. The game is trolling. This is a huge troll now. Of course. Okay. So this is the central conduit play. Well, not really central, but they're like, oh, you wasted enough time. Let's just give you the conduit and make you work for it. And it is a very, very old school conduit. Okay.
I am unstoppable. I'm healed. Your grave awaits. I didn't think I could get any better.
Of course, one of the zombie mothers didn't get hit. Classic. Or the zombie mothers didn't get because they're too far away. Okay, this is really frustrating because they're gonna be so far away. Yeah, this is.
Still waiting. I'm just warming up.
Alright. I think I have to leave this. As soon as I get rid of this little bit. Okay. Oh my goodness, really? Such a nice pixel. Okay. This is really nice, actually. Wow.
Need more time. If only they could see me now.
problem is
Still waiting. I am unstoppable.
The Rift Guardian has found you.
A mighty foe has fallen.
uh I was hoping it wasn't this version.
I need arcane power. Need more arcane power.
Uh After all that, I mean, Conduit saved me, but this is just sad.
I don't have enough arcane power.
Of course, ran away. I mean, uh, Oh well. I mean, that was fun with the Conduit. It's close to be a first try too. I mean, obviously, had I known I was gonna get a fields, I would have not risked minute of my time. But this was gonna be more than a minute. I mean, I could have gone here a little quicker. But I thought it was gonna be on the left side instead of the right side. So I lost like a minute and 20 seconds. But I don't think it was gonna be a minute and 20 seconds here.
Need more time.
We'll see. Might be close. Let's see if it's gonna be like close to a minute 20. Because I wasted some time in the beginning before the Conduit play. I mean, I had to set up for the Conduit play, so that's not counting that.
Your valor is unsurpassed.
Well done.
Ha! So it was. So it was the minute 20. Wow. It was the minute 20. That's crazy. So I basically wasted time on the first floor, not expecting what the second floor was gonna be. And then, uh, during all that, I went the wrong way, thinking that the exit is on the left side when it's on the right side, which, I just didn't memorize the layouts. And then the only bad news about just now was that at the end there, Bloodmaw actually jumped out of the. Well, I guess I could have tried to bring Bloodmaw a little bit more to the right side of the portal entrance thing instead of the top edge that I was playing on, but he left for like 6 seconds as well. So that's not my that's a little bit not on my end, but it ended up being a minute 20. I mean, if I were to get it, it would be a 14:59 or something silly, but like I can't believe that it has to do with all the little things. Like whether it's a rip, whether it's um like even the I mean the zombie mother blues are not good to play. So it's like a yes and a no on the Conduit. So meaning that had I had, an advantage on the zombie blue mothers as well, then I would have accelerated my progress, which would definitely get me a 14:45 kill, even with Bloodmaw in the most perfect play, I think. So I lost time on average due to wasting time on that at one crypt place, and then uh I wasted time on the kiting. I mean, I was stacking stricken even while kiting, so it wasn't so much of that. It was just a bit of the moving that lost me the minute 20. So, eh, well, I mean, it would have been funny for a first try, to say the least. It would have been great, but Yeah, for first try. I mean, I wasn't expecting it, you know. I mean, hindsight on the fields, right? At the end of the day, it's a hindsight on the fields. It was a traditional conduit play that I had to do, which is normal. But then this season, you know, it it's kind of conflicting, because you're basically not gonna be able to use your effects properly if you're gonna use the conduit for the kills. So like, it's a toss up whether the kills would make you waste the conduit anyway, which means that depending on how much time you spend on positioning yourself, you're also not using either of the two parts. You're going to be using only one or the other.
I require a new skill.
Yeah, basically the sum of lost time. And for me, it's usually that. Like, it's usually the sum of lost time. That's so sad. Almost every time I make analysis, it's always the, well, most of the time it's sum of lost time. Even like, what was it? My GR140. There was one that I was pulling that the three elite packs down that stinging winds, and effectively had the twister spawned sooner, yes, it would be ideal for the perspective, time elapsed perspective, but then would it have guaranteed the kill on the alleyway because the twisters could have gone like in the opposite direction, or that they would have just split to the sides too much where my elites are in the middle of the alleyway. I mean, the Stinging Winds alleyway is still pretty like wide. It's not like a narrow one like the graveyard positioning of those horizontal-ish spots, or that intersection that I got a fluke clear on just now. But like, I got a quad kill on the twisters in the GR140 on a not the clear, but it would have been a clear had I summed up the lost time as well. So like, it was the necessary time to get a quad kill on the twisters, but there wasn't enough time because at the end I got Crusader King. The only problem is that I'm like, Cold Comet also would accidentally CC Crusader King, and then it would cut off the number of uh spawns of ads, and then I had to wait for the rotation of ads on Crusader King, which is much more annoying than some of the other ones with ads. So had it been Perendi, it would have been a lot better. I mean, if it were gonna be a clear, it would have been probably Perendi or Binder or something like that on that specific quad kill twisters. Um, proc to get to the Rift Guardian, but I just didn't have enough time for any other ones at all. It had to be the perfect two Rift Guardians, most likely, that I just mentioned. So it's like every single time, whether it's this season or another season, most of the time I have an uh like a like a sit in town analyzing things, and more than half the time it's the sum of lost time. Um, which, it happens, right? Uh, because I'm not playing the most ideal maps. Now, granted, uh, that one happened to be an ideal map on the second floor. Uh, like, the only other thing would be how I played the shield pylon, I guess. Uh, could have been better. Um, but that's like, I basically once again, it's another bit of lost time um in the decision making to where would I just give up this fields already? I mean, like if I go further, thinking thinking more deeply about how I played the shield pylon, it was bad. Basically, I should have treated the shield pylon like a linear map because I already saw the exit, I think, the exit path, and I was like thinking, should I stay a little longer on this fields? And I was having like, would I gain enough? And I didn't. Um, and so yeah, it's just the sum of lost time for the most part. And it happens to me a lot, like a lot, and that's to do with how I played the non-ideal maps a lot,
I didn't even know I had that thing.
and I don't know why I'm going for boots. You know, I mean, the chances is so bad.
Can't win every time. See you soon.
All right, well, I mean that's the sadly it's not the first try, so we'll see what happens next on the next few tries. But yeah, that was definitely. And then first try failed. Sum of lost time. That's that's just so crazy. All right, second try. Here we go. Oof. Keeps keeps to start is terrible. Even though I do like this. Um, well, the mob set would have been nice on a certain seasons. Not that it spawned very well either.
Need more time.
So this looks like a bad one. They're like, you wasted that one. We're gonna punish you now. That's how it goes. You wasted a good opportunity. They can be pretty unforgiving after that.
Still waiting.
Wow, 33 stack.
If only they
That
could
is some
see me
damage.
now. Need more time. I need healing.
I mean, I had to stay there to get the maximum on the blues, but that was not enough. Channeling today. What's with today's 8% pylons? Is there some kind of theme going on today with the? There was another 8% pylon I had earlier today. Ah, really? The twisters spawned this way. Completely, like, I was hoping it to be in the middle of the...
I'm just warming up. Not ready yet.
Oh, come on. I mean, I broke even, but that's not... I think I might have to reset. But I'll just gather the stuff first. $200, $300. Yeah, I have to reset. This is not... This is too difficult, I think. To get 150 again. Or, yeah.
Still waiting.
I mean, I could have moved here earlier, I think. I wasn't watching. I was too focused on trying to get 150 for the first floor. So that was the play that I kind of like drove myself into a... Like, just a bad decision. Because I could have saved the 150 for here. Which was the play.
I need healing.
And of course, that teleport was terrible.
Not ready yet.
Don't know how I'm gonna play this. It's gonna be like dragged to the end of eternity just to get this to work.
Need more time. If only they could see me now.
By that time, I might kill them from Stricken stacks, which is gonna be kind of funny, I guess. The funny, not funny kind of thing. I mean, it's a juggernaut on one. So it's like... I still don't know if I would have controlled the geysers properly anyway. It would have been the best thing to do. But I wouldn't know if my geysers would hit properly. But I have to drag this to the end. And even then,
Still waiting. Not ready yet. You dare attack me?
I think I lost the juggernaut one. Which is bad. I mean, usually, when you have the minions like this, the Juggernaut would follow, but I don't know if the Juggernaut, like, fell asleep, and I think it did. And then the twisters spawn it towards the exit. Yep. I think that's the summation. I mean, it did what it needed to do, but it was like really bad. Power. It ended up like working, but yeah, this is terrible. Yeah, this is terrible. Power for this spot is terrible. Hey, Marchin. This is not good enough. Not gonna waste the time. That one. So second try is terrible.
Are you strong enough to survive the trials?
This can get interesting. I mean, it's a good kiting-ish offset. The only issue is whether the elite packs are like deadly or not. Yeah, aside from seeing more and more archers now.
I'm just warming up.
Okay. This illusionist? No. Felt like illusionists.
Need more time.
So my only issue now is how am I gonna get to 100 kills?
Still with me.
So I have to do the same thing I did last game, basically. Oh, there is an illusionist. It's one of the
Need more time.
other elite packs, I think.
I must heal. Your defenses are nothing.
Right? Because
I'd like to do that. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Okay. The yellow elite is too difficult to play. Channeling. I mean, would I be able to? I'll have to play the geysers perfectly. Okay. There is a chance to play the geysers perfectly. It's gonna be very hot though.
Not ready yet.
if they even want, if the ghosts would even like get here. Is the ghost like sleeping? Cause I don't know how long I can like stay here. Yeah, the ghost is making it. The ghost is making things too difficult. Yep, the ghost made things too difficult. Oh, made the 135 nice. Yeah, I got the 141 just now, but this one, the ghost made it too difficult.
I need to go back. Heal me.
I would have had had it spawned me the twisters. I mean, geysers. Well, it had to position itself properly. The ghost, but the ghost was sleeping right there, and then I had to like play purposefully into the ghost while the ghost is also more easily going off the screen. And so like it had to be the perfect geyser play for all three elite packs, including the, well, the third being the channeling pylons elite. I have to hit all three to get enough lead for the sake of it, and it was just it was too painful. I mean, even to set it up, it was too painful. So that's out. Uh, third try, right? You want to get the 143, you will. Necromancer is like the stronger. Well, depends on the builds, but generally the Necromancer is always like at the top outside of 1 or 2 seasons. So like if you want to get, on your way, your Necro is your best bet. You just have to handle the kiting, which is the same thing here really. Like the problem is the kiting, more or less, except that I don't have the damage like the Necro Burst, so it's like I can't avoid more damage if I need to make it. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, you will. You will. You just have to like get into the habit of knowing how much you can handle like on your screen. Especially if, if your if your computer also, I mean, it's a server issue, but at the same time it's also like you getting used to your computer's gameplay. And if you can get used to your computer's gameplay in addition to pulling a lot or kiting more, you'll get your 143 plus easily on the Necro. It's just that you just have to get used to the squishiness because you have to pull so much. Yeah, and then LOD is like squishy as it is. I mean, outside of like, I don't know, whatever you need to do. But like, yeah. So that was the second one. So third try, right? On try on the other one, you need better boots. Yeah, I need better boots. Okay. Yeah, try later. Yeah, I actually lucky 141 down. This 142 was close. I mean, not this one, but the first try was close. It was just the sum of lost time as per usual. Third try, right? Third or fourth, whatever. A cursed is actually like another kill streak stacker. Um, so this can work. Blue, these are like, oh, it's a 5 elite blue. This might be a little painful. The only issue is that I went past the kills a little. Okay, got the kills back.
I am so good, I astound myself.
40 kills already. This is a... Okay, at least this is the donut version,
Need more
which I already saw on my way here. Now, the sad news is that these guys are like really hard to like walk.
need healing. Help me.
Wow. That's the trouble I have with fire shamans. I'm just so busy looking this way, I can't look on the left. So that killed the initial kill streak anyway. I mean, they took forever to like line up anyways. I mean, to get across. So now I don't even think I have enough.
Your grave awaits.
This map is also... Yeah, see you. This map is also not very good to like play your kill streaks because um you either get too much and then you miss position,
Not ready yet.
or you have to like get yourself in a super tight space. So on one hand, you can get it with a super tight space. On the other hand, you might not be able to play anything. Because you will get your kill streaks faster than the positioning. And then if you force the positioning, you'll rip before you get the kills, the effects of...
Your grave awaits. I wish I could do that.
One. Yep, I don't think everything followed on the Bloodmaw guys. The Punishers. Did I get a pylon? Nope. Okay. And I don't have anything for the geysers. Like, I have so many kills, but nothing for the geysers to even... And then I get this that moves.
Heal me. Need more time. I must heal.
I mean, I pulled the geysers off, I think, but okay. I got a pylon here, or did I revealed it already?
Not ready
I
yet.
think I over revealed. Okay.
Still waiting.
Do I still have enough kills here or not? Not for this elite pack. It's just kill count in general.
Didn't see that coming, did we?
33, 35, okay. And then, now that I have the kill count prepared, they don't have anything for me. Classic. Okay.
I need healing.
It's just too hot.
Help me. I must wait longer. If only they could see me now. I wish I could do that. I need healing.
Yeah, it's too hot. I... Of course, it's the exit already after I get... Yep,
I need to go back.
too hot. Ah. The curse is like easy to get your kill count, but then it's like positionally, it's like too hot. And then when you want to like land the effect, you can't land the effect because you're gonna double proc like right on that. It's not just a map issue. It's it just doesn't allow you to set things up. You know, you have the kill like I have the kills at any time I want. The problem is it's just the misposition due to either too much kiting needed or by the time you build it, you're gonna have to double proc yourself in hopes that you pull off the effects. That was the situation. Uh, now all the maps are terrible because they're like you wasted your first try. So now you just get super punished. Yep. Let's just check what the next floor is. Basically. Because this is too hot. If I'm even going the right way. Okay, I did. Huh. Good decision. For once, I made a good decision. Oh. It's Enslaved Nightmare. Well, just one of, right? Yeah, it's just one of. Okay.
I grow weak.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that charge. I was counting how many
Need more time.
monsters I have on the screen. Is this like a trick chickens? It's the
How does that feel?
hmm. What do I have? This is like terrible. Okay. Some immovable elite packs. While needing to look for charges.
Not ready yet.
Yep.
Jump over there. Still waiting.
Come on. Sisters. Oh. They're immovable, but they're teleporting. Oh. How funny.
Need more time.
Okay. I mean, I broke even, but it didn't really do anything. Because I have to play the geysers now.
I am unstoppable.
And I think the yellow elite didn't get hit, right? Yeah. Oh, not this one. I meant the other one. Yeah, the other one is half health. It didn't get hit. I only took out the... Now, what? The bad news, okay, the bad news for this is that... Well, that's not the bad news. Well, it is. The bad news, as I was gonna say, is
Need more time.
if this is not a shield or conduit, like centrally, I'll have a problem.
Not ready yet.
Really? I can't stay to get the the effects to hit one last time. Okay. So this has to be...
Still waiting.
Huh. Okay. Alright. Alright.
Need more time. I need healing. I must wait longer. Your defenses are nothing. My knowledge increases.
I got both the things I called for. Wow.
I am unstoppable. Still waiting.
Okay. Gotta get the follow-up to work. Yeah, I mean, just now
More time.
I was trying to say what the bad news was. The bad news was that if it's not a conduit, central conduit, it was the terrible thing. But then I got interrupted by the charge or whatever else there were.
Not ready yet.
And then of course they give me the really like difficult follow up.
Still waiting. Didn't see that coming, did you? Not ready yet.
Like a time eating follow up.
Need more time. I am so good. I astound myself.
Oh, it didn't spawn. Okay. So
Still waiting.
let's pray for an ads boss this time, please.
The Rift Guardian has found.
Okay. Moving one. Moving one. Come on, man. Just yeah, this is terrible.
Need more time.
I mean, I did skip the keeps at the right amount of time, but this boss is gonna give me a headache.
I'm badly wounded.
Because I'm the kill count is not ah
I must wait longer.
of course I didn't leave from the spot fast enough. Come on, man. Thank you. Don't move.
Not ready yet. I must wait longer. I'm injured.
Ugh. So much work. Got it done, but so much work. Yeah, that was a lot to do with me not giving up on a keeps. And luckily it was a short keeps. Cause like I'm gonna go back and show like, so normally, obviously, you would never play this, right? Practically almost never. I mean, unless you know that it's a shorter keeps, which this is a shorter keeps, right? You would never play this. So to do this, right? To do this, you had to like walk the right path, considering how much time you would lose to check floor 2. It's not like a hell rift, right? It's not like a hell rift. So anyway, I'm skipping because the doors are open now or whatever. But first of all, I didn't go towards the dead end or whatever. I actually found the exit fast enough on a shorter keeps. And then it was such a good decision because, so the traditional rule of thumb in pushing, even back then, where it wasn't like 150, it was like 125, 130. Um, uh, the rule came from support barb or charge barb or barb with charge skill, where you basically want to always check floor 2, right? Now, of course, or extremes cover a lot of the issues, right? To not need to check floor 2. But if you were to think about floor 2 as a potential, if you didn't actually need to waste more time on a smaller size layout, floor 1, you can still play floor 2. And this season also, if you know how to get your kill streaks, right, you can get 30% progress to make up for the lost time. Now, of course, if the setup takes even longer, then you would lose, right? But to check floor 2 is the traditional thing. And so I did that, and that was a good decision. I actually sped through the keeps as fast as I could, outside of me showing this and teleporting through because I destroyed 1 or 2 doors or whatever. But the goal of showing this was that I had Bogan Chargers. I ripped once or twice over here. Uh, I didn't really know what to do, but I saw that the only chance to get back for this field specifically uh, with the Bogan Chargers was a Conduit uh, or a shield. And I obviously went this way, down, left, so clockwise
My skill.
direction. And when I saw the Conduit, I already had like what, 3 or 4 elites or something like that. And then I was like, okay, so I got what I wanted. Now I have to play it, right? And then, well, I played it in addition to the Twisters. Uh, so it did help. I don't know what I did with the geysers. I wasn't paying attention at that moment. And then when I went further clockwise, obviously it's not good to play a second pylon had you already figured a big conduit central conduit play. You might as well spawn the pylon on the second floor instead, third floor in this case instead. But I just decided to check if I had missed anything, right? Because eventually, if there's nothing here, my kill streaks would get eliminated uh anyway. Well, unless the conduit was able to chain kills at the end here. So I decided to check for a second pylon in case I still had enough time to zap stuff, which I ended up not uh, anyway. So this was a little bad, but having the shield, I left as soon as possible. And in this play, um, I had what, 7, 8 minutes? 8 minutes of time lead, I think, something like that. And then the fail was gonna be uh a moving a moving Rift Guardian, um, more or less. Uh, outside of me trying to find uh density to kill, and they tried really hard to they tried really hard to get me to waste time, uh especially on this floor. So I decided to do the same thing as my keeps and try to get out. Now, of course, I was down to like 10% progress or something, 9 to 10% progress, and I could have taken that anywhere. But then I was also, since I was going faster and faster, uh, I guess the only thing that I could have checked is whether I actually got the pylon here, right? Like, I think I overexplored it anyway to where the pylon wouldn't appear there, so I didn't bother checking. But there was like, had I revealed a little less, I think this was a spot. But anyway, when I was playing here, like on this floor, my goal was to do the 99% pylon check, so I ended up spending more time to pray for a 99% pylon check or like a 97% pylon check, which is why I wanted a pylon here. I wanted the pylon to be there. Now there was another chance here, right? But I was just thinking to myself, I want a pylon here. Now the only other pylon that would have been nice was channeling, right? I mean, I don't think I got any other pylons, right? But anyway, yeah, I didn't. So Now, I would have preferred channeling Pylon here because had it been a moving Rift Guardian, then I have resource to stack Stricken. Because I've already used Conduit and Shield, right? For a moving one, if had this been power, obviously it's the best, right? But in the sense of moving to stack Stricken, it would be better with the channeling. The power was gonna be a different play altogether, where I had to play greedy, right, in order to make use of power. So I was really hoping that I would get my final pylon, but I didn't. So that took it
I require a new
to where it was a huge risk in failing, and I almost failed because Ember uh minions wise, even though I had the 80 stacks, it was one of those that you can't really kill too much to increase the kill streaks. So, and then it's in addition to that, it's moving. So like, even if I had spawned the twisters, which is why I wanted it to be like, I wanted to play like right there, up top there, or over here where the twisters would bounce, like from the terrain, kind of like somewhere around here. That way, I get an additional amount of twisters to strike before Ember moves too much. But yeah, anyway, it obviously got closer than it needed to be, where I had more than enough time, but I wish I didn't have to use the entire quote unquote freedom of time. Really? Okay. Nice. Okay, not bad.
to go back.
I got my upgrades that I wanted.
Well fought, Nephilim.
Alright, that was good.
I become more powerful.
That was really good. I I enjoyed that 141 and 142. I made some progress today, which, you know, good news. While I was moving to certain ideal places in that graveyard where the twisters would help, or maybe even the geysers, which today um I didn't play geysers very well today. But hope you guys enjoyed it. 141 and 142 down. So back on track for like a little bit. Uh and hopefully 143 next time. Oh, I actually got a petrified scream while pushing. How interesting. Alright. Thank you very much everybody for being here, lurking, watching conversations, support, uh giving push energy